Motorcyclists are 26 times more likely to have a fatal accident than passenger vehicle occupants per mile driven. Motorcycle fatalities were down by 2% nationwide, but in Pennsylvania they rose slightly. Welcome to our Philadelphia Accident and Injury Google Hangout. My name is Rene and I'm here with Ran Spear, Philadelphia's car accident lawyer. Today we are going to talk about motorcycle accidents. Hey Ran, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Renee. It's a beautiful sunny day here in Philadelphia. The weather's changing. It's a little bit cooler here. Really nice. Looking forward to a nice weekend.
Fall is in the air.
Yes.
Ran, why do you think that fatalities for car occupants have gone down 30% since 1997, but the rate for motorcycles has increased 122%?
You know, that's a great question. I think there's greater popularity for motorcycles among, let's say, weekend warriors. The bikes they're making, are faster now. They're pocket rockets. We have less experienced riders. 34%, a third of the deaths were from speeding. The other problem, I think, is lack of a universal helmet law. There really should be a federal law, in my opinion, but unfortunately there's not. Only 19 states have the laws. And then, unfortunately, alcohol plays a part in almost 30% of the deaths. They're over the legal limit, and that's a problem.
To what extent does the lack of helmet laws impact the injury and death rate for motorcycle riders?
Well, for example, in 2015, there was 179 motorcycle fatalities. 48% or 86 were not wearing helmets. So almost half of the fatalities were not wearing helmets. But of the 332 bikers that were not injured in the crashes, 217 were wearing a helmet. That's almost two-thirds of the riders. So the proof is in the pudding. You need to wear a helmet.
It makes too much common sense to wear a helmet, but some people are going to continue riding motorcycles without them.
It's very unfortunate. I mean, the statistics speak for themselves, and it's crazy to be driving around in this day and age without a helmet.
I ride a bike and I put my helmet on, so people who ride motorcycles and have 500 cc's between their legs should probably do the same thing.
Absolutely, you're very smart.
Can you give us some tips that will help motorcyclists avoid getting into accidents with other vehicles?
Well, I would say to you, be very careful. Cars turning left in front of bikes make up 42% of all crashes. So think about it. Almost half of the crashes are from cars making a left-hand turn in front of the bike. You want to keep an eye on the wheels of the car. It's not always, you can't always tell just by looking at the car what their intentions are. So if you can, look at the wheels so you can anticipate turns that might cut you off. Keep in mind that your reaction, your perception reaction time is very different on a motorcycle than it is in a car. So you need to ride at a slower pace where your reaction time and ability to take action fit within your range of vision. So you want to use visual clues like a telephone pole or signs to judge the road's direction so you can see in which way the road is going. Those are some good tips. Never ever ride between, let's say, an active traffic lane and parked cars. Not just because of the opening of the door thing, but because pedestrians step out, cars pull out so they can see, and for a million other reasons. You just don't want to be, that's a very dangerous area to be in.
Cars turning left is probably a big thing. I mean, I constantly, when driving in my car, you almost have to intuitively try to figure out, where people are going to turn because they rarely signal with their turn signals.
Absolutely.
Can you give us some tips that will help drivers avoid getting into an accident with a motorcycle, even though it may mean less work for you?
Well, keep in mind 60% of crashes with motorcycles are the fault of motorists. So it's really the motorists that have to pay attention. Look twice before you turn. Always beware of bikers in proximity to your car. So really you want to be on the lookout. Give more room than if a car was near you. You want to stay away from the motorcycles. They stop faster. They have more reason to stop quickly. You could run them over. So allow motorcycles a full lane. Signal your turn and lane changes. Check your blind spots. Bikes don't give you any warning that they're coming. You really can't hear them until they're almost ready to pass you. So you just want to be on heightened alert when you know there's bikes in the area.
Yeah, I mean, it's happened to me many times. You know, all of a sudden I looked in my mirror, nothing was there, and all of a sudden there was a bike that was right on my rear end there.
Absolutely.
If you have a case in Pennsylvania or New Jersey related to a car accident or any other accident or injury, call Rand Spear, the accident lawyer, at 888-373-4LAW. That's the numeral 4 and the word law. You can also visit the firm at www.randspear.com. Again, it's always great to hear you share your experience and knowledge with us, Rand.
Oh, it's my pleasure, Rene. I wish everyone a safe and healthy holiday weekend.
Same to you. I want to thank everyone for participating today. Invite our audience to come back and hang out next time when we'll be discussing a new and important topic. That's all for now, and goodbye. But before we go, information contained in this video should not be construed as legal advice. Content is for information purposes only. Nothing contained herein shall constitute an attorney-client relationship.